Hi guys, it's Jean here. Welcome to my channel. So it's been a while since I sat down and just had a conversation and just chatted with you guys. Like, I know at the start of the year I do like reflection videos, but throughout the year I generally do like blogs, hauls, like favorites and things like that. But I do also want to incorporate and put in more just just having conversations. Like, I know it's one-way conversations, but you can always leave the comments down below and I'll reply back to you and things like that. But I do also want to just talk. I think a lot of things run through my mind, especially at night. I just want to share it, and a lot of stuff I think about sound a bit crazy, but I just want to know whether other people think about the same things or not. So yeah, that's what I want to do, and I want to kind of just think out loud and just share my thoughts with you guys. So anyways, I'm not sure if you know, but I love watching Korean dramas. Like, I've been watching it since I was in high school. I was obsessed. But I don't really watch it I try not to watch it as much now, because series can go for like 20 episodes and it's a very long time to commit, and a lot of times I get so sucked into it that my emotions just go, ugh, I just get really depressed like after watching it. So I can't really watch it back to back because of that reason. I have to watch like a comedy or just something stupid in between. But there are a few things though I've noticed. Like, I've never been to Korea, and it's something that I definitely want to do one day. Just go to Korea and eat a lot and just just people watch and watch people day by day. But what I noticed though is that from watching all the Korean shows, and I don't know, I feel like I have an expectation now of Koreans, in what Koreans are like, how they live in Korea. So I thought I will share with you my thoughts in 10 things that I've realized, or 10 things about being Korean based on Korean dramas. So from my observations, number one is that Koreans must have really high life insurance, because someone is always sick or dying, or at least get like in an accident once in their life where they may lose their memory, or they may need like a kidney transplant or things like that. But that being said, the hospitals look pretty good, like especially if you get your own private room. Like, it's very nice and spacious as well. But yeah, so I don't know, how much is life insurance in Korea? Because from what I see, it must be pretty high, because everyone will be using it. A second thing I've noticed, and I don't know whether it's the current generation, because the past couple of movies I've watched, I've noticed that they're not very good at parking. Like, there'll be designated parking bays, like whether it's outside their apartment or in a shopping center, and they will just like recklessly just drive and just like park over 2 parking spots. Like, it doesn't take much to just kind of slowly drive in. Like, I'm sure you're in a hurry, but you're not in that much of a hurry. And it's kind of rude as well, especially when there's like a limited amount of parking spots. I know, especially here in Melbourne, I would be furious if that happened to me, if someone overtook 2. But I've noticed, yeah, is that part of like, how do people get their driver's license in Korea? Like, do they go through a test? Do they go through probation? Because parking is something, and I guess in Australia as well, like a lot of people still struggle with like parallel parking and things like that. But yeah, this is just a normal straight in parking, and you just can't even get it in right. Now, I've studied hairdressing for 2 years before, and honestly I retired the day I graduated, so I didn't really get into it. But I do know that getting your hair permed can be expensive and time consuming as well. And even if you get the home kits and do it yourself at home, there's so much chemicals and stuff, you could actually damage your hair. But what I've noticed though in Korean like in Korea, is that it doesn't matter whether you're of an upper class or a lower class, or if you're poor. Appearance is a big thing, and you can always afford a perm. Like, at least once in your life you get yourself a perm. Not tight ringlets, but just like loose waves. Koreans love perms. Like, even kids seem like they get perms nowadays too. Like, I always thought that you can't get a perm after a certain age, because it's a lot of chemicals going absorbed in your head and things like that. But yeah, especially if you're poor, poor people are more likely often to get perms, from what I've noticed. It's almost like a way to distinguish like what kind of class you are in society. Now, the fourth thing I've noticed in a staple dietary requirement of being a Korean is noodles is life. everyone just eats noodles, like ramen 2-minute packet noodles, and also kimchi as well. Every fridge has their own fermented kimchi ready to go, and just ramen noodles, 2-minute noodles, just whip it up, and the way they eat it and slurp it, it's like, oh, the best thing ever. Like, actually, every time I watch Korean dramas, I'm more likely to eat a lot more like ramen noodles, 2-minute noodles while I'm watching, because it's just so, it looks so good when they eat it. But it can't be that healthy for you because there's a lot of preservatives in those packet noodles. So now number 5, I mean, I wouldn't want this to happen to anyone, and I can't guarantee this will exactly happen, but if you fall or get hit by a vehicle, most likely your true love will be the one that saves you. Number 6, if you like someone, you need to show them that you hate them. It's kind of like this reverse psychology where the more aggressive and more angry you are at the person, or more annoyed, it's like the more you like them, but it'll kind of attract them to you until something happens, like, you know, you get an accident and then you show how much you care about that person. But yeah, that seems to be the way most relationships grow. Number 7, I've noticed, is that a lot of Koreans, mainly girls, well, I guess and guys too, because the guys seem a little bit more, they're really into their appearance. Not to say that they're like, you know, they're girls, but their appearance seem a little bit more feminine. They care about the way they look and stuff like that. But emotionally, they also like to be overly expressive of their feelings. Girls as well, like whether it will be like if you have a fight, or like you just get a little bit too extra. And honestly, I do this as well. Like, you know, if I spill something, I'll just have a little whinge about it. Or, but then again, I don't know whether because I can't understand Korean language itself sounds like it's always kind of like very strong, like strong kind of language, and it just sounds like that they're always angry or they're just talking with a passion. That being said though, number 8, I've noticed that if you don't want people to know your emotions, or if you have a hard time expressing it, don't go drink. Don't drink at all. A lot of people just go, you know, have a few beers, soju over Korean barbecue, and little like snacks and things like that. And next minute, you know, 1, 2, 3 shots, they're just spilling their emotions out to everyone. Like, you know, whether it's in front of the person or a workmate or whatever. Like, yeah, if you have a hard time expressing your feelings, alcohol is your answer to help express that. Another thing I've noticed as well when it comes to guys is that if you want to be really cool, first of all, you have to be really smart. Like, you don't have to inherit from like a family business or anything like that, but you just need to be a really smart person, and you also need to be emotionless. Like, you can't display any of your emotions at all. And even when you drink, like when you drink, like you won't, like, you know your limits and you don't go too far, but also you need to walk around kind of moping a bit, like, oh, well, not really, but like, you know, just kind of like looking like I don't care about this world, because I don't know, girls seem to like that. And number 10, even though sometimes life can be very hard, at least you always have flawless skin. Like, I don't think I've ever watched one, and I know, you know, obviously it's makeup as part of the dramas, but you know, it doesn't, I don't know whether it does represent real life, because everyone just has really nice skin. Like, whether you're upper class or a lower class, I don't know whether it's all the kimchi and the ramen that people eat, or I don't know, the air must be a lot better there than China or something like that, but everyone has really nice skin. So yeah, those are things I've noticed about Koreans. Obviously these are based on Korean dramas, so don't take this as hard as, like, you know, reflecting against true Koreans. But yeah, so let me know what you think and whether you like Korean dramas as well, and what you've noticed, because I'm sure there's a lot of other things as well that I've picked up along the way. For example as well, I've noticed that a lot of Korean dramas like blur out designers, which I think is quite stupid, because if you're gonna have like people go shopping for designer bags and things like that, like, why don't you just use like plain like shopping bags? You know, they still put those in, but they just blur it out. So anyways, yeah, so that's just me thinking out loud what my thoughts are in how Koreans are like based on Korean dramas. So let me know if you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe to watch more. Thanks for watching. Bye.